Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we are going to be talking about a secret tunnel underneath Saint Denis, what it's used for, where it goes, why it's here, what its purpose could have been, and a whole lot more. So apparently the city of Saint Denis has a ton of secrets, and I'm sure there's even a ton more than what we are going to discover today. But this is something that was just recently brought to my attention, and I found this to be incredibly interesting. Because I don't know about you guys, but I had never known about like a secret underground Saint Denis tunnel being used in Red Dead Redemption 2. So this is actually a pretty fun video to make because even though I'm sure a lot of you guys know the ins and outs of Saint Denis, I'm sure some of you haven't been exploring around the industrial area and the docks. There's a lot of cool things and signs and places that you should check out. And this got me exploring over in this area, and I haven't really done that before. So that was pretty cool. So you roughly want to go to this location on the map right here, and I highly recommend bringing your lantern. What you want to do is jump down to the lower docks, and once you're at this point right here, you're going to need to go into the water. So I would kind of recommend that you do this first as Arthur Morgan, and I would also recommend leaving as many guns as you could on your horse, because we're going to be going in the water and bringing them in here will likely damage them. So just a little bit of food for thought there. So what you want to do is jump in the water and then head sort of west. And what you're going to do from here is walk maybe about 25 meters or so until you reach this little ramp that looks like it almost leads to nothing. However, this is where we are going to find our secret tunnel. And as you guys can see here, it looks like it's guarded by a simple gate. And when I first came across this, I was like, okay, this is not going to let me through. I'm just going to get rejected at the actual gate itself. But sure enough, you can very easily push it open and go inside. And the second you go inside, you'll see that the mini-map changes and that this is an interior that Rockstar meant for us to explore. So when I saw this for the first time, I wanted to see just how long this tunnel ultimately was. So what I did is I just simply started to walk through it to see how far it would ultimately take me. And it's pretty well lit by lanterns that are placed inside of the actual tunnel and suspended from the ceiling. And it wasn't actually as long as I thought, as it actually comes up on the other side of like this shipping bay. Now, I don't know what exactly this would be used for in real life. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments down below, but you sort of see where it starts and where it ends. It ends at like this export shipping yard, but then it just goes into the ocean. Is it used for waste? Is it used, for getting rid of boxes or supplies or things they don't need? It seems really odd. It doesn't look as if it has a practical purpose because it just goes straight into the ocean. The only thing I could think of is maybe that's where they would push boxes down, and then that's where you would load things like crates onto ships. But why would it be such an inconvenient tunnel? Why would they not make it more convenient? To me, it almost looks like a smuggler's tunnel where they would almost want to get illegal or illicit goods out onto boats instead of normal goods. And that's what would maybe explain like the oddness of it. And you guys can even see the shape here. If you zoom in on the mini map, you can see that it almost looks like a drain pipe that sort of makes a curve right towards the Saint Denis docks. And the more and more I started thinking about this tunnel, the more I'm like, okay, this was never used in single player. I wonder why Rockstar introduced this into the game. Because I don't remember any side quests or stranger missions or storyline quest lines that had us using this secret underground tunnel in Saint Denis. And we've used plenty of them in game, whether it's in Guarma, whether it's in other story mode missions where Arthur and the gang have to escape. So it's not like this would have been an uncommon or an unusual thing. So I've got a couple theories as to why we never saw this tunnel used. The first is that it was just simply cut from a mission. We know that Rockstar has confirmed that they cut over 5 hours of content from the game. And there's a good chance that whatever mission this little secret tunnel was used in was just simply cut. Or it was cut from a mission that already exists in the game. The one that stands out the most to me is the failed bank robbery in Saint Denis, where Arthur, Dutch, and the rest of the gang have to escape. And when they eventually get on that boat to Guarma, You guys know that they sort of like go around the city at night using various tubes and tunnels. Well, maybe this was going to be their escape route, but Rockstar changed the direction of the mission. So there's a lot of things that Rockstar could have done to completely switch up the narrative of this, or in sort of the second theory, it could have just been used for its intended purpose, to just sort of be here and not really be anything other than we could explore. Like that cave we saw the other day that doesn't really seem to have a purpose other than harboring a cheat code. Maybe that's the only reason. Now, I checked all the walls of this little tunnel and I didn't find anything. I didn't find a cheat code. I didn't find any writing or anything like that. So I'm sort of crossing that off as to why that was here. Now, speaking of that cave that we found the other day, this also works really well as an amazing hiding spot. Not only in single player, but also in Red Dead Online. And as you guys can see here, I'm being wanted for shooting all the bullets that I fired off. The law can't seem to find me. Like, they don't even know this tunnel is here, which is really, really cool. So I would recommend using this in single player for whatever purpose you might have. And I would certainly recommend using this in Red Dead Online for whatever purpose you might have too. Now, as I was exploring here, I did notice something interesting, that these warehouses we were at seem to be owned by Leviticus Cornwall. And that's something you'll notice a lot of in Saint Denis. Like the rail yards are owned by Leviticus Cornwall. The trams and the train stations are owned by Leviticus Cornwall. So when I saw this, I wanted to see, would this tunnel still be here in the epilogue? Because as you know, or as you might not know, in Chapter 6, Dutch, Arthur, and Micah actually kill Leviticus Cornwall. It takes place in this cutscene right here.
I want to thank you for your hospitality, Mr. Cornwall.
This was a business meeting, Mr. Milton. We are not friends. I have spent a considerable fortune with your agency, and still nothing. This Vanderlyn robs me and laughs at me. I asked for the best. I paid for the best.
We are very close, Mr. Cornwall. I know you've heard this before.
Chance, sir, send a telegram to Goldberg in New York. Tell him I won't borrow it more than 3.2%. Sorry, no, I have heard it before. And get that army man to pay his portage charge.
Yes, sir.
We are doing all we can within the confines of the law.
The law? I think we both know what you can do with your law. Find me Dutch Vanderlyn. Bring him here. And leave the laws to them as need them. Good day, sir.
Come along, Mr. Ross. We have work to do.
Mr. Didsbury. Mr. Cornwall.
Now listen up, Didsbury. What's all this about strikes? I bought into this mine because of mismanagement, and I intend to make it a success no matter what the cost.
It's the wages. Folk feel that you...
Feel? Business doesn't give two figs about feelings, sir, not two figs. It's a nonsense that will bring a plague on both our houses, sir.
Perhaps there is a plague on your house already, Mr. Cornwall.
What do you want, sir?
I'm not quite sure just yet.
Your impudence will be your undoing, sir.
I'm undone already. Even my best friend here, he thinks I'm crazy. And like this poor fellow you are talking to, my feelings are hurt.
You robbed me, sir.
And you robbed him. Funny world.
You show a criminal's grasp of sophistry, sir. I did no such thing.
You kill. I kill. You rob. I rob. Only difference I can see is I choose whom I kill and rob, and you destroy everything in your path.
I've heard just about enough.
I'll tell you what. You give me this ship, $10,000, and safe passage out of here, I'll let you live.
I'll do no such thing.
You sure? Good. I prefer it this way.
You lost your man!
Noise, Arthur! Noise!
So now that you know that, in the epilogue, would there be any changes? Would this tunnel still exist? Would it be closed down? So that's what I want to go check out right now. So now we flash forward to the epilogue as John Marston. We are in Saint Denis. And the first thing you'll notice is that the buildings around this area no longer say Cornwall. Like, for example, this one says J.D. McKnight and Company. So it's been completely changed. So I was kind of thinking, it might be different. You can even see there it says McKnight export shipping house, but the tunnel is still there, believe it or not, and it is the exact same as it was in chapters 2 through 6. So that is pretty interesting. And again, that's not the only thing around Saint Denis that will be changed. They'll take like Leviticus Cornwall's name off of the trolleys that are going around. You won't see any of his stuff around the city. So I thought it was a worthwhile check just to see like if it would still be around. But yeah, it is still there. So this was pretty cool. And it is amazing that you can discover like new secret locations every single day in Red Dead Redemption 2. And again, it begs the question, are there any more of these like secret tunnels or hidden locations scattered throughout the world? If you guys know of any more, let me know in the comments down below, or you can reach out to me on my Facebook page. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care. And I'll see you guys in the next video.